Hey everybody, it's Mike and Matt. This week we have a very special episode because we want to discuss a few things. We know that everyone has their opinions on, this country and immigration, but one thing that we want to let you know is that we've done some research and it seems like being Mexican really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to a special episode of The Sit Down. Hey, welcome everybody. It's Mike Recine here, coming at you again for another episode. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Mexican Matt Anderson.
Hola.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Muy bien.
So you want to tell us a little bit about? We've actually replaced Matt with a. People say Mexicans are coming here to take our jobs, and that's not true, except for podcast producer. And I got to tell you, this kid is great. And his name was Matt Anderson, and I was like, well, we already had a Matt Anderson, so can I call you Mexican Matt Anderson? And that's okay with you, right, buddy?
Sí.
All right, don't speak unless you're spoken to, please.
Okay.
How are those levels? Are they good?
Oh, they're good. They're good, Mr. Recine.
I got to tell you,
I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
I'll try.
Matt,
Okay.
we have an hour left of this show. We have a long time, buddy. No, you can do it.
Yo.
You can do the whole show.
Okay.
I had some more I wanted to say about you taking my producer's job. Because we haven't known each other that long, Mexican Matt, but you're already such a good worker.
You pay me so well.
You don't get high or anything? Yeah, all right. Cool.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Yeah, nice to be here, folks. All right. Well, I was thinking, the news has been well, first of all, I'll Sam Harris it today.
Hey everybody, Muslims are bad and give me money. I'm Sam Harris, I'm an intellectual. I think that different races have different skull shapes. I ask the tough questions.
Also, Deborah decided that she loves Ben Shapiro. The more I'm with Deborah, the more I'm like, maybe I can't spend the rest of my life with you. She's like a fucking...
Yeah, you told me she did something savage to you today. I don't know if you want to share it.
Well, we do have some children listeners, but yeah, I'll...
I'm sorry. We got to fill a lot of time.
All right, so...
I'm sorry, Deb.
No, I don't think she cares. But anyway, we
Okay,
had sex. We had sex. Okay.
Right.
There's no polite way of saying that.
No.
I fucking got busy today, right? Took my penis,
That sounded really polite, actually.
Took my penis, put it in her vagina for about 3.5 minutes. Gave it a few pumps. I was like, I got shit to do. Pulled out. Shot a big load.
Oh, right.
Like I do.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a high five.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me get over there.
That
was a bad one. Sorry.
And then,
but
yeah.
Congrats.
And then after I was getting ready, and then she went and like sat on my face, and I tasted my own penis,
Oh, boy.
and I wanted to cry.
Oh, no.
I was like, as soon as I realized that there was penis residue in there, I was like,
oh, boy.
yeah. I was like, and of course she's laughing like it's funny. It's not funny.
It's kind of funny. You gotta be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, there are kids at the border and they need our help.
Yeah, that's right.
My name is Jake Goldberg from Vox. This show has everything,
Right.
Me tasting my own dick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think we're still figuring out what we want the show to be. You know, and I think we want it to be current and relevant, but then it
Right.
seems like when we do that, people are like, fuck this woke bullshit, you're a fucking fraud. You know, they'll say stuff that really, no, it's mean, but it's also like accurate, because
No,
I feel
I
like
know.
I have that same reaction when I'm watching stuff, when I watch people like performatively try to be woke, you know? So I was like, how do we like fix this? Because I don't, so I was like, okay, let's do an episode
Right.
where we do talk about current events, but also I wrote you some poetry to read on the show.
Yeah.
Just so that it doesn't get too, you know.
Yeah, I had to plug in my phone there.
Well, I have it on my phone too. So Matt will be periodically reading.
Some sonnets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So some just in case the episode gets too heavy.
right.
So why don't you go ahead and read that first one off?
All right, here's a taste. Okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I like to drink pee-pee and eat poo-poo too.
Yeah, you sure do.
Right.
And your mother's a Jew.
These
Oh,
other
yeah,
two
yeah,
paragraphs?
save 'em for later.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a taste.
Anyway, you watch the news. It's like people are coming here from Mexico,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to come into this country and have a better life. And then people are like, "Oh no, they can't come in here. They're gang members." But a lot of times they're not gang members.
Well,
Most of the time they're not gang members, and they're not rape. I saw this
Yeah.
guy on Facebook. He was like, "You can't be if you're anti-rape, you can't be against the border wall." I thought that was pretty funny. People
that's
go,
a
"Oh,
direct, hard line.
yeah, yeah." And then I looked at his I click on his profile. It says Puerto Rican comedian, podcaster, and proud boy. He's a proud boy.
Ugh.
Yeah, but anyway, so
What I heard, like, okay, so I listened to the Daily podcast. You guys
Oh,
put me onto
yeah.
that last episode.
oh yeah,
It's actually really good, but I
is he
listened
your
to the,
hero now?
I
Michael
mean,
Barbaro.
he's
He is very much like a journalist. Like he'll be like, so did Donald Trump pick his nose and eat his booger? Like there's no
yeah.
there's no attachment of opinion to what he's talking about at all.
When he asks like a journalistic question to another journalist, I'm like, oh, this guy fucking journals, bro. He's like really,
Yeah,
he sounds smart.
yeah.
So
But I guess that's the thing of being a journalist. You're kind of limited to like you just have to like say the facts.
Yeah,
which
you're
must
not
get,
allowed
must
to-
get boring.
yeah, you're not
I
allowed
bet
to
they-
fucking call somebody a fucking.
All right.
You're like in the White House press secretary. You're like, excuse me.
We have all these. We have all these We have some Chapo listeners now, so we might have to cool it on the slurs.
Oh, okay.
I'll
bleep it.
remember you. we just have a tribute.
Oh.
We just have a tribute to slurs.
Goodbye,
slurs.
me.
What's the other song? The other like
Oh, like the Sarah McLachlan puppy song.
no, but like a goodbye song, like a graduation song. You know. Remember that song "Graduation" by Vitamin C?
Yeah.
Like as we go on, we remember all the slurs we said together. We just have a music video of like you like in a field, just holding hands with a bunch of slurs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. We should probably cool it, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, do you want to hear slurs? Subscribe to our Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get all the slurs you want, except for the really, really bad one.
You have to pay to get the slurred version.
What? Yeah. Yeah, you get. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Anyway, and then for our special $500 a month listeners, you get.
That's why we could never fucking live stream this show, just because of
Why?
all the shit we've had to edit out.
No, I don't care about that. Yeah, that's fine. Well, you do the editing. I mean, I
Why?
don't give a shit.
I mean, like, you should.
Yeah. What the hell was I going to say? But yeah, so anyway, so I was watching this documentary about Cancun. Like it started off in Cancun, and there was a guy that was murdered on the beach in Cancun,
No.
and they found out that he was like a 22-year-old beach vendor. So he's probably just the guy that like pushes a cart around and like sells. And like I really feel this way. Like Mexicans get treated like so poorly. They really do almost get treated like they're not human sometimes, you know? Like I remember my 21st birthday, we went to Coney Island. It was me and my friend. It was me, my friend LJ, and my friend Larissa, who I've known like forever. Our mothers are friends and stuff. And there was this Mexican guy like selling beers he was like selling Coronas on the beach, like walking around with a cooler. And he's like, Corona, Corona. And then she's like I asked him a question, like didn't know or something, and then my friend Larissa goes, English, please.
No.
Like I was like, that's the shittiest thing anyone's ever said. And then LJ just started laughing at her. He was like, what the fuck? Did you say English, please, to a guy who's like selling beer on the beach?
Yeah.
So the guy was like a 22-year-old vendor who got murdered by the cartel. I mean, it is kind of a cliche to be like, oh, what's your job if a Mexican... But that's the other kind of shitty thing. When people go, what's your job if a Mexican is taking it?
Yeah. Is that Mexicans, you know? Like, they're all, like, janitors and stuff, but, like, they're, like, trained medical professionals in Mexico?
No, I think they're janitors in Mexico, and they come here to be janitors, but they just don't want their kids killed by drug cartels.
Okay. But MS-13 is also in the United States now.
They were formed in the United States,
Right.
which is the only tiny bit of information that I read about them.
Yeah.
That they were formed in Los Angeles. I want to do a whole MS-13 episode because people just talk about them all the time, and like we got to get to know like what they're really about, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are MS-13, but who's behind all those face tattoos, you know? Let's pull you back and see what's under that tattoo of Jesus fucking the Virgin Mary with a gun in his with a gun.
I want to get to know the man behind the tattoo.
Yeah, it's just too. Who's behind that tattoo of 14 severed heads left in a strip mall? They do stuff like that. They're pretty bad. Pretty bad. But anyway, so this guy was like killed on the beach, and then they talked to this land developer who was like, yeah, the cartels are threatening me. They want me to pay, money to them. This is Cancun. This is like you would think that would be a safe part of Mexico.
Yeah.
You
Like
ever
a
go
lot
to-
of all-inclusive resorts. I've never been,
Yeah,
so I don't really know. But like I
you should
imagine
go for
there's
the show.
dirty parts.
Huh?
You know, I bet there's slums and like poorer part. I mean, it's a large city. So there's definitely gonna be
but I'm
shitty
saying
parts of the city
this is happening in like the what you would think is like a safe part of
Mhm.
Mexico, but
where the
business
whites are,
owners,
where the
yeah.
Americans are.
Yeah, white people just turn places into like no.
This is supposed to be a safe zone.
They spot a white woman, they just a white woman is a safe zone.
Yeah.
They should put white women in like Somalia, just have have them around the perimeter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, so the cartel is exploiting like businesses and developers and stuff like that because I mean just like it's like just extortion. They're like you have to pay us or we'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You would think the fucking drug money would be enough for these animals. These fucking cowardly animals. Let me name some of them. Let me list some of them off by name.
Get them.
Yeah. You're all pieces of shit.
You got 'em.
Miguel Santos. Fuck you.
You're on the shit list.
You're on the shit list. Do not listen to my show. We blocked you on Patreon because you're a bad cartel piece of garbage.
You're
Anyway.
a jerk. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you ever hear of Acapulco?
Isn't that like? It sounds like a vacation place.
It was. It was like a big vacation town. It's like a beautiful place. But that got so bad with the cartels that people don't even go there anymore.
Oh.
So you should take Shelby there on your honeymoon.
Oh, because it's real
It'll
cheap.
be nice and cheap.
Yeah.
But they said there were some hotels like years ago that were like, you would need a reservation to go there. And now there's like one room occupied.
Yeah.
Because they just fucked people. They just like fucked people over so hard. They were talking to some lady who she had like 8 restaurants and they had to close because they were asking for like 30 to 40% of her profits.
Ugh.
So
Yeah. And they probably don't even care anyway. They'll still like traffic people that come into the hotel. It's just like it's insane. You were asking me to look up some of the stuff they were doing to like the people in these countries, in Central America.
Because usually, you look at the mafia in America. It's usually they'll extort people, but it's like somebody with a business or like a a construction.
There's no
firm.
human trafficking. There's no sex trafficking.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
You
second.
know, like-
Spoiler alert.
So
We got a lot of show. We got blocks of the show, Matt. That's a block 2. That's a
Sorry.
block 2 talking point.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Anyway, but then there was a guy who was like, he's like, I'm a fisherman. I come back. They ask for they want all my fish. They're gonna kill me. You know, which is like, I don't know. That's I don't.
You're in the cartel. Why are you dealing with fish? You have cocaine.
What
What are you doing?
Yeah, they're just bullies, I guess. They
Yeah.
get off from being fucking bullies. And
That's like
then-
wanting to run stand-up and improv. It's like, why do you need both? You've got stand-up.
It's exactly like that. And you're like, because my dad's rich. My dad's a defense contractor, and he fucking didn't go to work on 9/11. He got a tip. He got a tip
You
saying...
got the phone call.
Yeah, he got the phone call saying,
Yeah.
hey, don't go to work today. But yeah, you know, it's like my dad is a wealthy person. But what do I do, you know?
Right.
What am I gonna do with my life?
Yeah.
Improv and stand-up, both
Right.
poorly.
Yeah. So, you know, why well, you got drugs and human trafficking? Why do you need both?
You got lucrative drugs. The even
Why do you
more
need
lucrative
fish?
human trafficking. Yeah, and the thing with drugs is like, okay, you sell a drug, and that's it. But slaves, you just keep until they die. You just keep using them over and over again.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh. You know what I've been thinking lately, Mike?
What? You would be a good sex slave with that boyish face of yours.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going on vacation.
Yeah.
El Salvador.
Yeah. If you have a boyish face, stay out of Mexico, everybody.
Yeah. And other parts of Central America. Mexico's like actually okay compared to the bad 3.
Yeah.
Like the bad 3 are El Salvador,
El Salvador.
Guatemala, and the Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a city in Honduras. It's like the most dangerous city. It's got like 172 murders per 100,000.
Which
but I think
still
that's where
doesn't
a lot
seem
of people,
that bad.
Yeah, but that's where a lot of people are coming from. They're coming from like Central America through Mexico, and then they're trying to seek asylum in the United States because it's literally like so bad down there. One thing I've always noticed too is that like Mexicans don't even have like bloggers for them. They just work so hard. They don't have podcasts or Twitter accounts or anything.
Your impression of Mexicans is so funny.
Yeah, but no one speaks for them. Like the guys that like sit out at Home Depot and catcall Deb every time she goes there. You know, those poor guys. I mean, those guys you can probably call ice on. But
could you imagine a Home Depot blogger? That could be a good blog.
yeah.
There was no work this morning.
Yeah. I got the bad side of the parking lot. What if I was like, what if I called ICE because Deb got catcalled in the Home Depot parking lot? I'd love to watch these fucking liberals' heads explode. Yeah, what a checkmate, libs. Calling ICE to own the libs on a catcaller. That's right. Send him back to Mexico, where you can only catcall other sex slaves or other slaves.
Oh my god.
I always think about that, like walking through the. I mean, there's probably a little bit of. But then I'm like, Deb, these guys, they have a rough life. Why don't you take one for the team,
Yeah, sure.
Let them look at those sweet tits of yours.
Yeah. Give them something to talk about.
Something to talk about.
Yeah.
Something to talk about while they sit at the parking lot all day and
yeah.
don't get work. Those guys don't even make that much money.
I mean, they better get paid good money. I mean, that labor, like, it's so tiring. I don't have the heart for it.
I moved yesterday. I mean, I'm back in the moving trucks like a lot of you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fucking loser. I can't figure out, But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, I was out for like 17 hours yesterday, and it was like 90 degrees out. I mean, I was like ready to kill myself. I had to put this IKEA wardrobe back together, and I left the job. I was like, I can't do this. I had another job to be at. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Yeah, like, fuck this. I can't.
I'm putting this thing together, and I wanted to fucking kill myself. I texted them like, I'm going to fucking kill myself tomorrow.
Yeah, pouring sweat.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
And that's the thing, like that tedious work, that assembly, you sweat more doing that than carrying stuff.
Did you have power tools?
Now imagine I'm doing that and I'm Mexican. It's like how are they not? How is it not just mass suicide? How is it not just mass Mexican suicide all the time?
Well,
right?
I feel like they have like the outfits built for your work. You know, they have like the big wide brimmed cowboy hats and the
You're thinking of a mariachi band. I mean, I made like $500 yesterday, but I fucking worked my ass off.
Yeah, it
but
sounded
also like.
awful.
Yeah, but also, like, I still make better money than a lot of those guys make, I think. Because those guys will probably make about, I don't know, like $20 an hour?
What if you went to the parking lot and, like, started, like, shooting the shit with them? Like, hey, what do you guys make?
Yeah. I heard this is very lucrative.
What
I
kind of money
actually heard
you
those
guys
guys, yeah, they make a ton of money. But it does kind of show you, like, how... But that's the thing with the cartels is, like, they're preying on people who are just, like, taxi drivers and shit.
do? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they, like, force them
Which
to,
is
like...
so fucked... Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I was reading, like, if you go to the wrong side of town, they think you're spying on their cartel, and they'll, like, warn you and be like, if you ever come back, we'll kill you. Or they'll just kill you.
And then you get lost, and they they kill you.
And
Yeah.
that's why, like, drivers won't bring people from one area to another a lot of times. Because it's dangerous.
And then you still have a guy being like, give me all your money for driving your taxi. I mean, that's like...
That's why we need
awful.
self-driving cars. Think about all these drivers we're going to save. Sure, nobody will have any money.
No one having jobs.
You know,
but they won't get
some
murdered.
guy will be rich on his private
you
island.
can starve to death instead of getting murdered.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Did you see that video, the Boston Dynamics robot, the little robot dog that
picked
opened
up a box? Yeah, it scared the shit out of me.
It opened the door handle.
Oh, the robot dog? I
Yeah.
saw the Boston
Like a
Dynamics thing. The
Velociraptor?
guy was like picking up boxes. The
Ugh.
robot was picking up boxes.
I think it would be great to
I
see
was
one
like,
of
you
those.
stay the fuck out of my turf.
He's coming for your job.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to see a little robot dog driving a regular car.
Mm.
What if you could make little robots that could drive our old human cars? Whoa.
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe people will stop having animosity towards Mexicans who are taking the jobs when robots start taking the jobs. And then
Right.
we will all have to unite with the Mexicans to fight the robots.
Right.
And Mexicans are the best at fighting robots.
You heard it here first.
I read that. Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you want to, like, do an ad read or do a poem or something? Liven it up?
Yeah, why don't you are we getting too heavy? Why don't you recite one of those poems?
Here's the next one. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Am I supposed to sing this one?
It might be better if you sing it, yeah.
What melody?
Like Sinatra.
I don't know that song.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't know You Make Me Feel So Young? It was in Elf.
All right, we're going to take a quick pause here so I can get this melody.
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right, well, here it is. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like I swallowed some cum. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy homosexual.
There you go. Beautiful.
You're the Paul McCartney of...
All right, so here's another thing that I've been... Oh, okay, so Rhinestone Cowboy. Should I talk about that?
Sure. You
No, I don't
talked
know.
about it on the Patreon a little bit.
I want to do a parody of Rhinestone Cowboy, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to do. Like a rhinestone fuck boy, but that doesn't really have a ring to it. Fuck
Yeah.
boy, it's like you know.
No, you got to think of the
Fuck
right
boy.
thing.
Yeah.
What's a modern day cowboy? Would you say like a lawyer? What's a modern day cowboy?
A modern day cowboy. I don't know. Like a like they still have cowboys.
Not really.
Cowboys were popular in like the 90s. Yeah, the 90s. That was a big cowboy time, right? Like City Slickers came out, and then like there were the beef commercials.
Yeah.
And people like romanticize cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah. When
When really most of being a cowboy is just being on a horse and then
Yeah.
watching child pornography in your tent.
Yeah.
You know?
Eating a can of beans
all,
and
yeah.
molesting a child. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so here's my question. So like you have these cartels and they're exploiting people. They're exploiting like restaurants, small businesses, taxi drivers, fishermen, just like people who don't make that much money. They're exploiting people who like sell shit on the beach, like people who sell T-shirts and shit, right?
Yeah.
Which is like so shitty. but obviously that money is being funneled towards the top, right? Because like these guys, the guys who are doing that are probably just foot soldiers or whatever you want to call them.
Uh-huh.
So all that money is going towards the guys at the top, right? But like, so you have guys at
think?
the top. Yeah, you think they're sharing that money?
Well, I mean, it seems so like disorganized, especially in the countries. It's all about like how it's like civil wars have like ravaged them and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all in disarray. So like,
Yeah, but there's leadership at the top.
I mean, I guess
Maybe,
some
I
of
don't
it
know.
probably goes
Yeah,
to
I
the
don't
top,
know.
but I think there's a lot
You
of
think
local
there's smaller
crime.
gangs?
I think
Local
there's a
crime,
lot
yeah.
of local crime.
Really?
I mean, that's
I feel
just
like it's
my
more centralized.
yeah.
But anyway, but that's kind of what happens with the mafia, where it's like all the money gets kicked up towards the top.
Yeah.
But you start to like see these personalities, okay, like people who like we see as like people that we put on a pedestal, you know. Like I did Sean McCarthy's podcast. I did Grub Stakers this weekend.
Yeah.
Which is a good podcast. You guys should check that out. It's about billionaires, you know. But we talked
Yeah.
about Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban was your billionaire.
And-
Okay.
Yeah, and I got to learn like just what a fucking dork Mark Cuban is.
Yeah, he was just like the .com millionaire who parlayed that
And-
at the right time,
And
right?
he became a billionaire like pretty much by chance, you know. Like
Mhm.
he had this company that I think Yahoo purchased his company for like 5.6 billion or something. He was kind of like in the right place at the right time, and he's a fucking nerd. He said he took acting classes because he wanted to be an actor. And he's like, I would say to my teacher, you know, let me do a scene where I get to kiss her. And he's like, and he was cool about it. And it's like, that's how you meet women. You take a fucking acting class so you can kiss
my
a girl. You fucking dork. What a fucking dork.
He was
And then-
cool about it. Oh my god, that guy must have felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and then he allegedly like sexually assaulted a woman. He like posed for a photo with a woman and like stuck his hand down her jeans and penetrated her
That's-
fucking pussy, dude.
That's a bold
Penetrated-
move.
Well, he was drunk.
Oh, so did she get a nice settlement at least?
I think she tried this. I don't know what happened. But apparently there's court transcripts and they're telling him about what happened. He's like, "Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck." Which that's what an innocent person says, you know. Anyway, I don't know. But I guess it's weird. It's weird to me like this kind of personality, like a Nicky Scarfo type, where you're like, I get all the money, I take from everybody, and it all goes to me. Like that is essentially an insecure person who does something like that, who takes from other people and has to feel power over other people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we do end up like sort of putting these people on a pedestal, like Jeff Bezos or whatever. But a lot of them, a lot of these like billionaires, it just seems like a lot of them are nerds who can't who don't have any friends. So like, I know how I'll get friends.
I'll buy a basketball
I'll be a
team.
billionaire. Yeah.
I'm gonna make them all play with me in practice. Yeah.
And it's like my man Jordan Peterson says, "Oh, if you think aggressive men are dangerous, wait till you see an autistic 4-year-old. See what he's capable of." I wish I was more familiar with Jordan Peterson.
Oh man, I don't understand the fascination with him.
Well, you know, you have to clean your bedroom, and you can't be a slob because that's bad.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. R.I.P. to the goat. R.I.P. He's still alive. But shout out to the goat. Anyway, another problem. But that's the funny thing to me is like who that seems to be like what all the bad people do. They just want to take all the money for themselves because they think it makes them. But they're still like super insecure. And cool guys like me who have big dicks don't try as hard.
How would you spend the money
If I had what?
if you had, if you're a billionaire? How are you spending that money?
I'd probably go to Whole Foods like every day.
Yeah, you said
know,
that before.
just
What's a
have
big
that.
thing that you would buy? What would you do?
I don't know because I'm so convinced it's never gonna happen. I've stopped thinking
That's
about
the
it.
point. It's never gonna happen. So like,
Right,
would
but
you
I've
would
stopped-
you do a private
I've
island
stopped
and like
thinking.
do a destination wedding? What are you doing?
I'd buy probably like a house
Where?
in like
Like-
the Poconos.
I hope you get money so you have this crisis.
I'd have a house in the Poconos. I'd have a house in the Jersey Shore. You know, I'll get
Whoa, my God.
yeah, I'll get like
I'd go to a nice steakhouse.
like a Jeep. I go to a steakhouse. I get the
Would you buy a steakhouse?
I get some extra cheese on my on my Big Mac.
Oh.
Yeah. Tim Dillon was telling me he was having lunch with somebody from Comedy Central, and he was like, the guy says about like in show business women are empowered. He's like, there's women in this restaurant who could buy Comedy Central as a joke. Anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of like that's what sucks about living in some of these places. Like these gangs have so much control. I was reading another story. This guy in Honduras, like the cartel asked him to sell drugs and he refused. So they fucking killed his parents.
No.
Which it's like usually when crime
God.
families kill people, right? It's like somebody who stole their money or something, or there's like a reason for it.
That is so brutal.
Somebody who like snitched. Yeah, like they're like work for us, and you're like no, and they killed his parents.
They let him live.
They let him live, but then so he left. He left his bakery business. The guy had a fucking bakery. That's some 27-year-old kid,
So that after that he decides to come to America,
But I think he went back to Honduras, and like 3 of his brothers were selling drugs for the cartels.
He went back because we
It's like,
made
do you really
him go
need
back?
employees that badly?
Yeah.
Why don't you run a better company where people want to work for you, or people want to sell drugs, okay, and not will kill your parents if you don't take the job.
Right.
Wegmans doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Imagine you had a job.
Work for a Taco Bell.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you watch that documentary, Cartel Land?
On Vice?
No. Well, that could be a whole episode too, like just profiling people who like stand up to organized crime and the cartels and shit like that.
Those people are intense because they risk their entire families, and they're just like, "This is, these are my."
But
beliefs.
then on the other hand, like, what do you do? When someone pushes you that hard, it's like, I think it is a lot of people's instinct to push back. Somebody threw a firecracker at Deb the other night. We were like,
did
she
the
was
Italian in you
home.
come out?
It did a little bit, yeah.
Hell yeah! What happened?
Well, so she's walking. She parks her car
Uh-huh.
on Lafayette and Tompkins in Bed-Stuy. She's walking home, and like a firecracker like lands like near her feet and goes off.
With the dog?
No, just herself.
Okay.
But she's like, I follow enough medical Instagrams, and I've seen enough people with their fucking limbs blown off from firecrackers that I know this is bad. So I'm like, I'll be right there. So I drove over, and then I told her to get in the car, and I just like waited near the building. And I was like, do it again. But then they ended up throwing like a couple more. But I guess they were kids or something.
Mm-hmm. Throwing firecrackers at white people.
Yeah, so we
driving their rent.
You know what we did? We called the cops. Yeah, but then I was like, God forbid, like some cop shoots a kid, and then they're like, yeah, how about you don't call the cops when someone's throwing firecrackers at you, you white devil piece of shit.
I like the
But
idea
that
of you
didn't happen,
taking
but-
that way too seriously.
What?
Like tracking down these kids.
I
like,
jumped and I smacked
scream
the
at 'em.
fire. I smacked the fire escape, but I wanted to climb up the roof of the building, but
Yeah.
I couldn't. I didn't. I guess it's not a great story.
No.
But it's not like. But I had this. But I was like really mad.
Oh, of course.
Because that was the last time. When someone trespasses against you, you as a man, you have to retaliate.
Oh yeah.
You have a duty to go and fight them.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't have Frankie. Could you imagine how he's gonna be doing
Imagine
tomorrow?
my dog's head getting blown off from a firecracker.
No, just he'd be scared from the loud noise and run off into traffic or something.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing that's a problem. Speaking of trafficking, do we say traffic? Run up in traffic? Well, there's another kind of traffic that's happening in Mexico and Central America. A little bit of human trafficking.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I'm
Traffic
reading this
jam,
article.
you might even say. We've
Well-
trying to stop it up.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm reading this article from The Guardian. Teresa Ulloa, director of the Coalition Against Trafficking in Women and Girls in Latin America and the Caribbean, says her organization believes the Mexican drug cartels made $10 billion last year from the enforced sexual exploitation and slavery of thousands of girls and women.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, like, okay, so on that.
It's like you guys don't have enough fucking money, from drugs.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, woo, we gotta, you know what I would like this year? I think I want another tiger. How can you get me another tiger? I bet if you have if you're like a $1 billion like drug cartel guy, you must feel like a piece of shit when you see other people, like my man Mark Cuban.
It's like, what if you're a drug cartel guy? It's like, what can you spend your money on? You can't buy big stuff like hotels and buildings.
No, they buy everything.
You can only buy like
did you see Pablo
golden
Escobar's
chairs
Come on.
and like
Pablo Escobar had hippos at his
fucking
place.
jet skis. Did you see that video of Pablo Escobar on a jet ski?
No.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's enjoying life, man.
But you know what I mean? No, they buy a lot of stuff because everything's bought and paid for. They
Right.
pay for all the officials. But it's funny, like, it's just crazy that they're like, I got this beautiful house with a roller coaster and a zoo, but I'm still kind of empty inside.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start selling girls into sex slavery.
Yeah. On that daily episode, Obama was talking about in 2014 when they were having the crisis or whatever. He was saying they don't know how many people don't make it. So
Right.
they have like 65,000 people show up on the border who are
Right.
children.
Right.
It's
Right.
like, who's going
That's
where?
a lot. That could fill a Jordan Peterson lecture.
It's a lot. It's a lot of.
That's who Jordan Peterson's paying to be at his lectures. Just undocumented workers.
Undocumented sex workers, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So here's an estimate. An NGO based in Asahac, an NGO based in northern Mexico, estimates that more than half of Central American migrants trying to cross into the U.S. fall into the hands of trafficking or smuggling rings and end up in sexual or forced labor. So that's another thing. It's not just women that get human trafficked, okay? There's male victims too. There was some guy who was like, they were like, oh, we'll smuggle you to the U.S. and he was looking for work. And they like held him at gunpoint, made him like dismantle stolen cars or something.
Yeah.
So just like, there's like slaves. There's just you'll be a slave.
Yeah. So like, like they made it like harder to travel through Mexico. So like like an unintended consequence was like
bad news for Andy Haynes. He just wants to go with his backpack and speak Spanish to people.
Yeah, well, he's an
Feel good
American,
about
so it's like
himself, yeah.
fine.
Oh, okay.
But like these people.
Oh, if you're Mexican, it's harder to travel through
The Central Americans from these shitty 3 countries that we talked about, El Salvador, Guatemala, and the Honduras.
Yeah.
They're like going through Mexico, and before it was like easy, but like we made it harder.
Oh, okay.
We like worked with Mexico
to
make it harder. So like it made drug cartels.
The president of Mexico was like, "Listen, Obama, these Hondurans, they're kind of like the Mexicans of Mexico."
Yeah, and
He's
then
like,
the
"Oh,
president,
yes." He's like, "Okay."
see.
Obama's like, "Oh, okay, say no more.
Yeah.
We'll keep them out of your country, because that's not what Mexico's about." Yeah.
So like, yeah, they made it like so great for these like traffickers. They called them coyotes.
Uh-huh.
Like I love how like they always have like these great Spanish names, but yeah, like they used to just have like this train that went through Mexico that they wouldn't check, and now they started checking it and like
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the people coming here, you really are looking at like just some of the most unlucky people on the planet.
oh my god, yeah.
I'm from a poor village in Honduras, and the cartels are making my son sell drugs, and he's 14. And that was another thing in the
And
documentary.
then he joins the gangs too. Yeah,
Yeah. And he's like, "Okay, Mom, sorry, I got to go join this gang or they'll
Yeah.
kill you."
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There was another thing in that. And actually, this was in cartel land, too. There was a guy who owned, like, a lime farm, and he refused to pay the cartels. So they killed, not his family, but all the workers on his farm. So they killed like a bunch of laborers, and like they were like children, like young children. that they just fucking slaughtered. To send
Oh.
a message to this guy.
So God does
the guy was
everything
like-
for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's
And the guy was
'cause
like,
he
"Oh no, who's gonna pick my limes?"
it's because he employed children.
What do you mean?
He deserved to have all his workers killed because he had child labor.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
good way to look at it.
So the cartel was actually fixing a problem, you know?
It's almost like the cartels are angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw a problem and they took a hard line.
Yeah, maybe.
Lime farm.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like how they want everything. It's like
But
you
it's-
have
they
the
want
drugs,
everything.
you have
You
the fish,
And they're empty inside.
right.
You know?
And you can't buy a
They're
baseball
all like
team.
they're all like Kim Jong-un in Team America.
right.
But that is funny. I mean, there's so many people who like they have all the money in the world and they can't stop acquiring more money. And you like that must be some sort of personality flaw or maybe a mental illness or something.
Right. Maybe they
Or
just
it's like a competitive thing
Yeah.
or whatever it is. But I feel like these are all people who like are unable to make friends and the only women who touch them are, you know,
yeah.
for the money.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're not like that.
I want
We
you
have
to
a friendship that no amount of money could buy, except
Yeah.
maybe like, you know, some more Patreon subscribers.
I want you to think about what you would do with money more. I have no idea how you would spend money.
Me?
I feel like you'd stuff it into a mattress somewhere.
I would just walk around in a bathrobe like Chin Gigante and piss on the street and be a millionaire. That
You'd
would
buy
be the
like
coolest thing.
gold coins or like silver. You would invest.
I would probably invest.
How
yeah.
are your investments doing, by the way?
We can check. We're probably not great.
Okay.
I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Deb wants a wedding ring or an engagement ring.
Yeah. Do you not have like a grandma that's like a
My grandma has a ring. Yeah.
Can
that
you use that one?
Yeah.
No money.
I know. But you still got to pay to get it like fixed up. And
Right.
Shit.
But I mean that's a
Yeah.
lot less.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
romantic.
I didn't know this. A wedding ring's not as expensive as an engagement ring. So
Right.
the engagement ring is like the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So the engagement ring is like to hold them, to put them on hold, and the wedding ring is like whatever.
Okay.
Right? That's true, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, but does a guy have to buy an engagement ring and a wedding ring, or the engagement ring's like the big one, right?
Yeah, that's what I think so. So they're supposed to enjoy it. They're supposed
See,
to
I
feel.
almost wish I was like a Mexican lime farmer because that's not even on the table.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
It's almost better to just
you get a
work
goat.
It's almost better to just be the Home Depot parking lot guy.
Yeah.
You just get her like a fucking washer from the urinal that you're working on.
Oh my god.
You go, I want to marry you. You don't have to deal with this stupid bullshit.
Right.
Anyway,
Such a simple life of eating tacos,
yeah,
farming limes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They say a dose of drugs can be bought and consumed only once, but the same human being can be exploited in many forms over and over again throughout a lifetime. So that's kind of tough. Cartels are organizations that have no limits. They have this is some lady. Some lady is saying this. Cartels.
We've gotten so lazy.
Cartels are organizations. When were we ever not lazy?
No, I love it.
Cartels are organizations that have no limits. They have amassed such power that they bend and violate the rules with reliable impunity, and also they have millions of dollars in resources. So they have millions of dollars in resources, yeah, and they're like, let's have slaves. Pretty fucking bad.
I feel like our podcast listeners are gonna be like our teachers in high school, and we're like clearly getting a D on our speech.
They're like,
and
well,
then some lady said,
they're like, well, you know. No, because she's
Michael,
listed.
you need to cite your citations.
She's mentioned earlier in the article. That's like I took sewing class when I was in middle school, and I hated sewing because they had cooking. They had home ec, but it was cooking and sewing.
Right.
Which like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I just could not work the sewing machine for the fucking life of me. We made locker caddies, and mine was just like this piece of shit. It didn't even work. All the pockets were like closed up. It was like something that goes on the inside of your locker that can like hold your stuff.
Were
know?
you ashamed of it?
Yeah. But I painted it. I put paint on it and stuff. And
Nice.
my teacher was like, I'm going to give you a C because I like the paint.
They were like, Like, I don't want to fucking make this kid feel like he's not creative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
God damn it. Well,
But yeah, so this is the kind of so really like this is who these people are. Okay, they're poor. They live in a fucking village that's run by the cartels. The
Yeah.
cartels are like, we're gonna rape your daughter and kill your son if you don't do what we say.
Exactly.
So it's like,
or we'll kill like all of your workers.
you're like, well, let me go die in New York. Let me go work for Walmart and have a heart attack on the sales floor instead of dying. You know, let me go work for Jeff Bezos and die with some fucking dignity.
Right.
You know?
And now I gotta fucking play, cat and mouse with the fucking ICE agents everywhere.
Right. Yeah, just some fat neckbeard is gonna like take me and deport me.
Yeah. It would be. I think it'd be funny to see ICE agents down in Central America.
Yeah.
It's like excited about catching everybody.
Right. Oh, they just go catch the whole country.
Yeah, they go on vacation to catch people
Yeah.
and detain them.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny though is like people act like, so me and Deb were in the Poconos
Yeah.
and we were listening to like conservative talk radio.
Oh, you were just like seeing what the other side says.
Yeah, because it's pretty funny. And this lady calls in and she's like, they were talking about Maxine Waters, and she's like, I just want to say that I'm a black woman, and Maxine Waters does not speak for me, okay? She is, and the lady sounded like Betty White. Like, she was clearly not a black woman at all. We were just, like, listening to this insane woman tell Mark Levin that she's black, and she's not. She's clearly not.
That's so great.
Yeah. And then she's like, we're bringing these illegal immigrants in. I cannot afford it. I'm a single mother. And it's like, yeah, because you're going to get your paycheck from wherever you work, and there's going to be a line on your paycheck that says housing illegal immigrants. and it's going to be a $5 surcharge.
Oh my God, yeah.
But so I would be curious because I don't know this, right?
I love that conservative radio shit. It's so funny. I grew up on conservative radio, so like I get flashbacks when I hear that. But that's so right.
Yeah, my dad listens to Mark Levin.
And
it's just like, so he was on and he was like, folks, there's a party in this that supported slavery. It was the Democratic Party. There was a party that supported Jim Crow. It was the Democratic Party. And it's like they do kind of just repeat the same talking points over and over. It's like it's like, the Democrats supported slavery and your iPhone.
Yeah.
They're always like, yeah, you love your iPhone, don't you? You fucking idiot. Guess who made the iPhone?
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Did you see the Alex Jones thinks that Democrats are going to launch a civil war tomorrow on the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Actually, today.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
I saw it going around, yeah. I don't know anything about
So stupid.
it. Yeah. The other thing I think is funny, too, is, like, libertarians kind of crack me up because it's always, you hear a libertarian talk and they're always, like, the smartest guy in the room and everyone else is a fucking moron.
Right.
No,
totally. Who was the candidate for the election? It was Gary Johnson, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I know about that guy, I mean, like, other than like a little bit of libertarian stuff, but like, he called Donald Trump a pussy in the middle of the campaign.
Yeah, he did, right?
And that was when it got wild for me.
What did he say? Yeah.
He just called him a pussy.
Imagine the kind of person who's like thinks that's the coolest thing.
Right. I'm going to vote for that
Gary
guy.
Johnson called Trump a pussy.
Yeah. You know what's real cool? Not voting.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, you know what? If you guys want to make a statement,
yeah.
Voting is for bitches.
Yeah.
Play an electric guitar. Voting sucks.
We should have anti-voting commercials.
There was a meme that said, because remember Gary Johnson was like, "What is Aleppo?"
No.
Well, he
oh,
was
right,
like, what
right,
is
right.
Aleppo?
Yeah.
So there was and then it was like when Trump called somebody a pussy, or Trump said grab him by the pussy. There's a meme of Gary Johnson that says, "What is pussy?" If you've ever heard that guy talk.
Oh, that's funny that all came
you
together at
see
the
that
end.
it's-
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. But Gary Johnson is a guy who I heard this radio show about him, and they were playing a clip, and he was like, "I'm a libertarian. I believe you and your gay husband should be able to defend your marijuana fields with fully automatic weapons."
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
that's supposed to like impress me. Like I'm supposed to, oh, awesome, cool,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, liberty. It's all about freedom.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what I'm not free from.
What's that?
I thought I was gonna maybe do an ad.
Yeah, you had it and you lost it.
Yeah. Whatever, folks. Anyway, where was I? So anyway, that's who's coming here. Okay, people who are getting human trafficked and killed by cartels. And also another thing too is like, I would be curious to know the numbers about this, because people are like, oh, we can't just bring everybody in here, but it's like, why not? I mean, obviously there's jobs for them.
I mean, like, we can't take an entire country. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just absorb everybody's fucking weak and poor, and
But not everybody in these countries are poor.
like, we should probably be sticking to comedy instead of having like actual takes on this. But
Yeah.
like, it's like, I feel like it's in our best interest to try to fix their corruption and their like social problems,
Yeah.
so they want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like, it's like just
fix their
it's like
country?
it's in our backyard. It's
Yeah.
like our problem. It's Mexico's problem,
Yeah.
and you know, it's just like they're gonna keep coming in, so you might as well try to find the leak.
Mhm.
You know,
There's also this kind of like this like weird stereotype where people go like, man, Mexicans work really hard, but it's not like they're like superhuman or anything. I mean, maybe they are,
yeah,
but they still get tired like everybody else. You know, they still fucking have to sleep, and it's like,
yeah,
you just like I think some people do look at Mexicans and they're like, wow, look at them go, like they're the fucking Energizer Bunny or something.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's what people think.
Yeah. Do you think? That I think it would be great.
There's a lack of like people look at a guy who's like landscaping for 15 hours a day and be like, oh, he likes that.
Yeah, he likes. Look
But
at
then
that
in a way
work
they
ethic.
do like it, because it's like you escape, you get out of Honduras and you come here, and now you like work in a kitchen for $11 an hour, and you're like, I made it.
Yeah,
I mean, that is probably how a lot of them feel when they get here. I don't know.
but I mean, like, you can grow with like landscaping. You could start your own business, buy your own like machines and stuff. Like, if you could figure it out, like a lot of those guys, they do have like a good work ethic. I would like to see like
Yeah,
a
the
Mexican
thing is,
podcaster who who like did a podcast every day. That could be good. You know, Miguel Recine.
Yeah, we should actually find him and replace you with him.
You could not meet daily.
I bet I
You would die.
I bet I could.
You'd want to kill
I
yourself.
bet I could find a Mexican to take your job.
Yeah, who do you got in mind?
I don't know. I'm gonna go to Home Depot tomorrow with Deb, see who doesn't bark at her, and whatever guy doesn't lick his lips and make kissy faces.
Yeah.
I almost feel like calling Home Depot corporate and being like, "Listen, those guys are making your female customers pretty uncomfortable," and then they're like banished from being there, and their profits go up.
Yeah,
Anyway, they love to
you've got a lot
catcall.
of tattle schemes this episode. Calling ICE.
When did I say I was gonna call ICE? Oh yeah,
Yeah, on the guys.
yeah, because they're street harassers.
Right.
You can only call ICE on street harassers.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a great little video if you had like, I walked around Manhattan 12 hours as an ICE agent.
Or what about
And I was treated so badly.
I walked around the Home Depot parking lot for 10 minutes,
Oh my god.
and I felt so beautiful.
Oh gosh, darn it.
Anyway, so I don't know.
Do you think that's going to be a popular Halloween costume this year?
What?
ICE agent?
No, I don't.
No?
No. You do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe, yeah.
But then another argument people make is they go, oh, these people come here, and then employers are able to pay people less money because they take the jobs. So instead of a guy who makes $25 an hour in construction, now they get to pay someone $15 an hour to do construction who's undocumented. And it actually hurts American workers. What do you think of that? Do you think that's true?
There's probably it depends on probably where it is, but there's probably some merit to that. But for the most part, it's like those construction companies could undercut you with like a fucking 15-year-old kid who lives in Michigan for $15 an hour. They could figure out other ways. So I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't buy it when conservatives like care about people of color all of a sudden, because they always use them as their little sort of like bargaining chips to advance their agenda. Because they're always like, actually, you know who this actually hurts?
Right.
You know who this really hurts is
my God,
black Americans.
Right.
Like, you fucking give a shit. Yeah. And then I was watching this other thing, this talk show, and they were like, they were talking about guns, and they were like, you know who actually needs a gun is people in inner cities to defend themselves.
So we need to be selling more guns to these higher populations. Yeah.
Yeah, it just always feels like bullshit when they try to use that. Me, I never talk about black people. That's how you know I'm a good person. All right. I think we're almost wrapped up here, huh?
Yeah.
We didn't have a guest this week, guys, but let us know who you want to see, what kind of episodes.
Yeah.
Remember, we're still a crime podcast. This is about the cartels.
Yeah. It's the 4th of July. I think that would be important to talk about. This is like a 4th of July episode, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even talk about it yet.
Yeah. Happy United States of Mexico, everybody.
I don't know, housekeeping stuff I think would be cool. Like, if you could just let us know what your favorite episode was. Like, we have all of them on YouTube, and maybe share it with somebody you think might like the show.
Yeah, we sure do. And support us on Patreon if you want. Patreon.com/sitdownpod. Email us, sitdownpod@gmail.com. Maybe we have an email we can read right now, huh? Off the dome, off the cuff.
If you give me 1 second, I can give you some iTunes reviews, because we need those too, like 5-star reviews.
Oh yeah, give us some iTunes review.
We didn't have a guest, but rate us 5 stars anyway. Don't be a jerk. All right, so here's the review we got here. A star for each of the 5 boroughs. That's a reference to you being on Israeli TV. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx.
Wait, who said that?
Staten Island. This show will make you want to buy a tracksuit. Thank you to DMX Fan 69. 5-star review from Wednesday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Somebody emailed me. I was just leaving my apartment, and there was a mover in front of me carrying something down the stairs, and it looked like it could be Recine, and I got really excited. And then he turned around, and he was Asian. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Ian Rosenblum.
That poor Asian guy just
from Brooklyn, I
thinks
assume.
this guy is. He's like disappointed to see Asian.
Yeah, he seemed autistic from the back.
It's great.
I
got another review.
Yeah, thanks, man. Go ahead.
This is from Tommy Veggies. Cat Williams-esque comedy. Mike and Deborah, the parents I never had. Matt is your friend
I saw that, yeah.
who has a cool finished basement with an air hockey table. You want to find a reason to hate him, but he's actually all right.
You are like that kid who has the pool, and we all hang out at your house.
Oh, man. It's just nice to know some people don't hate me.
Yeah, this guy said, hey, guys, I look forward to both your shows each week. I like how discursive and spontaneous your interviews are, as they seem that way anyway, and how the mafia theme is parenthetical but still present. Matt is still not funny, but he's getting better. The insider stories about other comedians and stand-up experience are always hilarious. And I miss Frank Terranova. What are you going to do? Some birds can't be caged.
That's great.
Have you guys thought about doing a show on the mafias that arose out of the Balkans after the collapse of Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union? Some compelling stuff there. Keep up the good work. I tell a lot of people about the show, and my girlfriend loves Frankie. Oh, thank you. Frankie was killed by a firecracker today. No, just kidding.
What if his girlfriend likes Frank Terranova?
What's that?
His girlfriend likes Frank Terranova, not
yeah,
Frank.
that's who she was, he was talking about.
No.
Oh, my girlfriend's a big fan.
Yeah. Thank you for writing us, and we should probably read more stuff on the air. It's like cool
Yeah.
that people are listening.
Hey, Mike and Matt. On the most recent episode, you guys were trying to figure out what celebrity the beautiful Sarah Huckabee Sanders resembles. The correct answer is Forrest Whitaker in drag/whiteface.
Oh my god!
Seriously, the resemblance is uncanny. Hope all is well. Have a great Wednesday. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Ryan Lowry. Thanks, buddy.
Shout out Ryan. That was intense.
Did you hear that, Ryan? A shout out from Matt.
That's an endorsement.
Anyway.
Sorry. Endorsements do not equal shout outs.
Mm,
That's a pretty funny Twitter bio when you see that.
yeah.
Retweets do not equal endorsements.
Here's an email from Matthew Brockty from June 5th. Hey, Mike, I felt like I should bring this to your attention. The other night I was out and I saw Shelby with another man. They were holding hands and kissing. And she said, oh, cuck me, baby.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Oh, boy. Razzing me.
Yeah. All right, folks.
It's late. It's almost the 4th of July. Do you have any plans for tomorrow? Or
No. You know, I'm always like, with these summer holidays, I always end up not doing anything. I always end up like walking around.
oh my god.
But I like being in New York during these holidays because the city's empty. You know, so it's like you can go to a restaurant, but there's no good restaurants anymore. It just bugs me. It's like if you don't like these people coming in here to work, and they're coming here to work their asses off, you're a fucking coward. You probably never worked that hard. You're probably my fucking pussy ass dad who never worked a day in his life, and his grandma washed his underwear with her mouth for him. You know.
I think
It's like people, and then my mom would be like, "You have to come in this country the right way," and it's like, "All right, let me wait for the cartel to not chop my daughter's head off
right.
to get in here." God, I'm so fucking woke. Yeah, bye, folks. Remember, sitdownpod@gmail.com, Patreon, Twitter. I don't know about the social media because no one gives a shit about that. But Matt's phone number is 818-974-2929. Shoot him a text, and yeah, email us. And thank you very much for the support. Bye.